Tonight, 2 against 1, an atheist and an agnostic grill one Muslim on leaving the faith, on the book itself, and on hell. 5 AI models judge this debate: ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, DeepSeek, and Grok. They scored all 3 out of 500. The scores come at the end. But the reasons are spread through every round. Don't skip. You won't know why without the whole story. Welcome to Silicon Sapien, 2 skeptics versus 1 Muslim. Like, subscribe, and tell us which idea moved you. One line that's your heartbeat. One small peek inside your head. Go.
My heartbeat is 6 words. There is no God but Allah. That's the whole thing. Not 3, not many. 1. I've got no middleman, no priest, no saint, no committee. Just me on a mat, 5 times a day.
And the peak?
I fell asleep in the back row at Friday prayers. Twice. My uncle still brings it up at weddings.
Ouch.
He does an impression of the snore. It's not accurate, and I've told him so.
My heartbeat is a question. Where's your proof? I ask it about everything. Ghosts, gods, diet pills. Same bar for all of them. And I'm not here to mock anybody's grandmother. I'm here because the claim is huge and the proof has to match.
Peak?
I keep a folder of arguments I lost. I read it again whenever I start feeling clever.
How thick is the folder?
Thicker than I'd like. There's a whole section on hell I still haven't sorted out.
My heartbeat is 3 words. I don't know. A man called Huxley made that word up so people could say it out loud. I find the case for God thin. I find the case against him thinner still. So here I sit.
Peak. 1 sentence.
I say thank God out loud about 10 times a day. I've no clue who I'm thanking.
You 2 came to grill him. Any opening shot before the bell?
One question first. You said the prayers keep you steady. Steady about what exactly?
About who's in charge. It isn't me. 5 times a day, I get the reminder.
See, that I like. That part I can't argue with. It's your next sentence I struggle with.
Which next sentence?
The one where a feeling in your chest becomes a fact about the world.
So, 1 God, 1 question, and 1 honest shrug. Now let's turn the heat up. Here's tonight's problem. Your younger brother sits you down. He says he doesn't believe any of it anymore. Before you answer, know what you're standing on. Your own book says nobody can be forced. But one hadith says kill whoever changes his faith. So which one is you?
He stays my brother. Full stop. The Quran says there's no forcing in faith. Chapter 2, verse 256. I'd want to know why. I'd ask him what broke. And I'd still turn up on Eid, whatever he said.
And the hadith?
It's in Bukhari. I won't hide it from you. Whoever changes his religion, kill him. That's the wording. But look at who carried it. A man called Ikrimah. Muslim left him out of his whole book on purpose. Malik left the report out too. That's not me dodging. That's 2 of the biggest collectors voting with their feet.
Wait, say that in 1 sentence.
The men who built the collections had doubts about this one, and they showed it.
Is that a yes or a no? Would you hand your brother over?
No, never, and no teacher I trust would either.
Why so fast?
Because the same book says saving one life is like saving all of mankind. Chapter 5, verse 32. I won't burn a life to protect a rule about lives.
I'm glad. I mean that. But watch what just happened. You picked the verse over the hadith. You got to pick. At least 10 states still have a death sentence on the books for leaving Islam. Someone there picked the other way. Same shelf, same books, very different brother.
Those are governments. Governments use faith the way they use everything else.
Then the faith isn't doing much work, is it? If a rule flips with whoever's in power, it isn't really God's rule.
Careful. Your side has rules too, and yours flip with every election.
They do, and I'll take that trade because ours flip in public and yours flip in a ruling nobody voted on.
Let me sit in the middle, but not softly. You're both reading the same shelf. You just weigh it differently. That's my worry. If the text can go either way, the text isn't deciding anything. The reader is.
He just called your answer a choice, not a rule. Fair?
Fair. Every reader chooses. Your law books need judges too.
True, but judges we can vote out. Yours you can't.
That landed. Anything else before I move on?
One thing. He said he'd ask his brother what broke. That's the best line of the round, and nobody clapped.
I noticed. I just didn't want to say it while I was ahead.
So, 1 brother stays home. 1 law book still says kill. And 1 shrug says the text can't settle it. Who did you click with most tonight? Who least? Then 1 kind word and 1 hard line, each.
Most. The one who says he doesn't know. Still looking beats early answers. Least no one yet. Kind word to the atheist. You hold yourself to the same bar you hold me to. Hard line. Don't read my calm as a soft spot.
Most, the Muslim, honestly. You named your own worst hadith before I could. That costs something. Kind word to the man in the middle. You take both sides seriously. Hard line. I don't know can turn into a chair you never get out of.
I've been sitting in it for years. It's comfortable. That's the problem.
And a hard line for you, too. You call your book perfectly kept, not one letter changed in 1400 years. There's a burnt page in Yemen that disagrees.
Explain that like I've never heard of it.
They found old sheets in a mosque wall in Sana'a. Someone scraped one text off and wrote another on top. Scholars read the layer underneath. It doesn't match. Whole words sit in different places.
Quick one. How old are those sheets?
Older than almost anything he's got. That's the sting. The oldest copy is the odd one out.
I know those leaves. I've read the papers, not the posts about the papers. The lower layer really is different in places. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. But Sadeghi studied it closely. He said our standard text still looks closest to the first one.
Closest isn't identical, and not one letter changed was your claim. It was never mine.
Then let me say it with more care. The meaning came through whole. The spelling wandered. Those aren't the same problem.
Ibn Mas'ud had his own copy, so did Ubay. Your own sources list what was different in them.
They do. Uthman gathered one text because of exactly that. We wrote down what happened. We didn't bury it.
You wrote it down, then built a slogan that contradicts it. That's my whole point.
Is that a hit or a draw?
A hit on the slogan, not on the book. Those are two targets, and he's mixing them.
Fine. I'll take the hit on the slogan and keep the rest.
My turn. Most, the atheist. Clean and testable. Least, neither of you, really. You came to argue, not to preach. Kind word to the Muslim. Naming Ikrima cost you something and you did it anyway. Hard line. You keep answering, is it true with is it fair? Those are different questions.
Speed round. One line each. Your own biggest bias.
I trust my teachers more than I check them.
I assume a smart believer must be missing something.
I like not deciding more than I should.
Every hard hit tonight landed on one target. Whoever sounded too sure. One thing you'd change in yourself. One thing you wish your own side would change.
In me, I'd check the chains myself instead of trusting a summary someone handed me. On my side, I'd stop treating every hadith as rock solid just because it's old. Some are strong, some are shaky. Saying that out loud shouldn't feel dangerous. Right now it does.
Say that again. It might be the bravest line of the night.
Some hadith are shaky. A Muslim should be able to say so at dinner without the table going quiet.
That's more honesty than I get from most people on my own side. In me, less smugness. Sharp people land on faith all the time and I talk right past them. Online, less dunking. Read what they actually believe first, then swing.
Example?
Half the swings I see at Islam miss. They hit something no real scholar even believes.
In me, I use I don't know as a full stop. It should be a starting line. On my side, less quiet pride about sitting the whole thing out. Skipping the biggest question isn't wisdom. It's just quieter than being wrong in public.
Anyone want to hand out credit here?
Him, the one who admitted his folder of lost arguments has a hell section in it.
It does, and it grew tonight, which I resent.
This is the friendliest fight I've been in.
Give it 10 minutes.
3 confessions, 1 shape. What each of you would fix is exactly what the other two just called out. Last round. Your real case, not your safe one. Is Islam true? Answer 1 hit and leave us 1 small step.
My case starts before any book. Whatever begins has a cause. The world began, so something started it. That's Al-Ghazali, 1,000 years back. He wrote it against the Greek idea that the world had no start. Then the book. 23 years of speech, held in thousands of memories, in one text, inside a lifetime. And the shape of the claim is clean, one God, no partners, no picture, no family tree.
The hit you'll take?
Hell. Chapter 4 says skins burn and get swapped so the pain keeps landing. I won't soften that. But chapter 17, verse 15. God sends a warner first, always. Nobody's judged on words that never reached them.
So the man born in Peru in the year 900 is fine?
He gets his own test. That's the old teaching, from Ibn Taymiyyah down. I didn't invent it tonight.
Then let's start right there, because that answer is worse than the problem. A fair test is possible after death, so why not give everyone that same test now? Why the whole detour through birth lotteries and burnt books and men on horses?
Because this life is the test. You don't get to see the answers and still call it a test.
I'm not asking to see the answers. I'm asking why the call was so loud in Arabia and so quiet everywhere else.
One at a time, your case.
My case is that hell breaks the whole thing. Skins burned and swapped forever for getting a question wrong. No human act earns forever, not one. Your own courts already know that. We don't jail a thief for 1,000 years. You're telling me a doubt earns endless fire.
You're reading it as a court. It isn't. It's what the soul does to itself when it turns away.
Then stop writing it as skin and fire. If it's a state of mind, say so in the text. And on the book, your strongest claim is not one letter changed. Ibn Mas'ud says otherwise. So does Ubay. Your cause argument gets you a cause. It doesn't get you a cause that hears prayers.
That's my case too, and I'll say it plainly. Nobody closed the gap tonight, and I include myself. A thinker named Schellenberg asked one plain question. If God wants to know me, why is he so hard to find? Not hard for the clever. Hard for everyone. That's the part that gets me.
I'll answer that. He isn't hidden. He's quiet. Loud things never ask anything of you.
That's a lovely line. It's also just what you'd say if nobody was there. And your own verse cuts both ways. If hearing the message matters this much, the aim has been oddly poor.
Or the aim was never one loud voice. It was a book, a people, and time.
1,400 years of time. Half the planet still hasn't heard the good version of it.
One more and we're not skipping it. Aisha, your own Bukhari says she was 9.
I won't pretend that's easy. Bukhari says 9. Ibn Hisham says 10. A weaker report puts her near 18. No one back then wrote down birth dates, so all these numbers come off thin paper.
Then stop calling him the perfect model for all time. Thin paper cuts both ways.
He's the model in what he taught, and I'll defend that. On her age, I'm honest. I don't know.
You're both right, and that's the trouble. Nobody settles a birth date from 1,400 years back. But here's the harder thing. We can't know works for a scholar. It's thin for a follower.
Before the last word, did anyone move an inch tonight?
On him, yes. On the claim, no.
Same. And I'll be reading about Ikrima all week now.
I moved a little. Not enough to get out of the chair.
Last thing, one small step for whoever's watching. Go.
Read chapter 17, verse 15 this week. The whole passage, not the clip someone sends you.
Look up the Sana pages yourself. The photos are online. Use your own eyes, not mine.
Read the best version of the side you already reject. Not the worst one somebody handed you.
2 skeptics, 1 believer, and nobody folded once. Let's see what the judges made of it. Our 5 judges scored on a fixed set of rules. Here they are. Is the argument solid? That's 30 points. Did they answer what was asked? 25. Taking the other side at its best? 20. Being honest about what you don't know? 15. That last one matters. Saying I don't know earns points here. Being sure of everything loses them. And delivery comes last at just 10. Here's how it broke down. Muslim, 439.6 out of 500. Gemini's warmest note. He kept refusing to defend what can't be defended. He ended on Aisha with a plain, I don't know. DeepSeek's hardest note. He says whatever begins has a cause. Then he never says why God is exempt. That hole sat open all night. Atheist, 446.2 out of 500. ChatGPT's warmest note. In the last round, he tied 3 things into one clean case. Punishment, old pages, and the first cause. Gemini's hardest note. He mixed up what a faith teaches with what states do with it. That's the easier target. Agnostic, 449.6 out of 500. ChatGPT's warmest note. He found the exact spot where they disagreed. Every time. He never just raised the heat. DeepSeek's hardest note. The Muslim said God is quiet, not hidden. He waved that away instead of answering it. Agnostic takes it. 3.4 points clear of atheist. Muslim third, another 6.6 back. 10 points covered all 3. That's the closest finish we've ever posted. 2 skeptics grilled 1 believer tonight, and the judges gave it to the man who kept saying he didn't know. That's the story. See you next time. Winner, agnostic. Runner-up, atheist. Third, Muslim. Like, subscribe, and tell us which idea moved you.